Hello, this is Joe Pryor, the virtual real estate team in Oklahoma, where we specialize in new residential construction for investors in the Oklahoma City and the Tulsa market. Back in 1776, something was happening in the United States, right? We know about the Declaration of Independence, but did you also know that's when Adam Smith wrote The Wealth of Nations? This is the primer for capitalism. This is the major book that people go by in terms of what capitalism is. And I want to talk to about one of the capitalistic principles that is most important. It's called supply and demand. Now, I've been in the real estate business now going on for 37 years. This is my 37th year of doing this. And in that time, I have worked with investors from day one. And so supply and demand is something that is extremely important when it comes to making sure that you get a good investment. So it's very simple, all right? This is not rocket science. I don't have to go to MIT to learn this. Is that if you have too much supply and too little demand, guess what happens? You have high vacancy and you have reduced rents. It's very simple. Now, if we err on the other side, if we make sure that the supply is greater than the demand, then we have the opposite direction. We know that our vacancies are lower and our rents are higher. So how do we manage this? How do we do this? Well, first of all, when a new neighborhood comes up, and we specialize in new construction, and it's been going on, say they're in the 5th phase or whatever, I can go into a program and I can look and see how many out-of-state addresses there are, or how many LLCs there are. Because if it's a limited liability corporation, then I know that we have investors in there. So if there's 300 homes and I see that there's 60 LLCs or out-of-state addresses, I'm gonna go, no way, we can't do this because 20% is way too high. 10% is what we want as a maximum. And so I can do that. Now, number 2 is I've worked with a property management company with a gentleman for 18 years, all right? We have a wonderful working relationship. We're separate companies, no money transfers between us. Except I provide really great properties. He does a fantastic job. Believe me, I've owned a property management company before. I know how hard it is. There is nobody even close to this guy that I've ever seen. And I've done this with property managers for a long, long time. He also has something to say about this. So we correspond on a regular basis. So he knows what we have. He has our current investment folder. He has the ability to say, no, he has veto power, all right? I allow him to do that. Why? Because if he can't rent it quickly, if he can, if he has high vacancies, and we don't want 60-day, 90-day vacancies, we don't even like 30-day vacancies, then I know that it's gonna be a problem. And as I say to every investor I have a Zoom meeting with, number 1 person you yell at when things go wrong is the property manager. Number 2 is me, and I do not like to be yelled at. None of us do. And the good news, I'm not getting yelled at. And it's because we have a system in place. We have the ability to monitor this. We're not trying to tell you we're perfect, but if we err on the side of conservatism, then we know we can get as close as possible. And this is our responsibility to you, is to deliver something that builds wealth, that keeps that cash flow coming in. And I'll be happy to explain more about this to you in a Zoom meeting, create a program and a plan for you. But I want you to know supply and demand is basic. It has to be obeyed, and that's exactly what we do.